Viking and Princess have a norovirus outbreak, and Virgin Voyages finally makes it to Colombia. Let's find out. Well, hello there. Welcome to the show. I'm Tom, your host, and this is Tom's Day Trips, the cruise show. Well, today we're going to talk about Princess and Viking with a norovirus. Royal Caribbean is, one of the oldest ships is being scrapped. The Carnival Spirit, and finally the Virgin Voyages ship, the Resilient Lady, is hitting Colombia. So let's first talk about the Carnival Spirit. The Carnival Spirit is going into dry dock on January 30th, which I believe is today, for 3.5 weeks in the Mediterranean. And then when it's all said and done, it's going to have a 14-day repositioning, sailing from Spain all the way back to Miami to do their regular sailings. Ships do go into dry dock for routine maintenance, scheduled maintenance, upgrades. This is a common thing that happens. So, fortunately, there was no cancellations that I know about to accommodate this. So that's it for Carnival Cruise Line. Princess and Viking have a norovirus outbreak. On the Coral Princess, which sailed January 20th out of San Francisco, out of their 1,894 passengers, 59 reported an illness of the norovirus, which is a gastrointestinal virus, diarrhea, vomiting, not feeling good at all. It was also 12 crew members from that ship, according to the CDC. So the CDC also reported Viking, which is the Viking Mods vessel, out of Fort Lauderdale, 2 different areas of the country, had a outbreak of the norovirus also. Out of their 887 passengers, 62 came down with the illness. These are just people who reported the illness. I want to say a lot more people were sick, just didn't report it. Also 10 cruise members. And while these viruses was going on, they're out in the ocean, they isolated the people, they did extensive cleaning, disinfecting, and then when the ships got to the port and disembarkation, if people got off the ship, they did another round of cleaning, disinfecting, and getting it ready. So the biggest thing that we can take from this is wash your hands. Wash your hands when you go from the bathroom. Wash your hands before you go to the restaurant. Just kind of wash your hands. A lot of the restaurants have washy people there. Just wash your hands. They got wash stations. Cleanliness is next to godliness, according to the saying. So wash your hands. And I want to thank you very much for that. And we're going to toast the rest of this with a hot chocolate. It's kind of cool. And life is better cruising mug. Thank you. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I want to invite you to do so. Doesn't cost you nothing. Little button on the bottom, click it. Make sure you hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified when my video comes out. This helps the channel out quite a bit. I am shooting for 1,000 subscribers. I have currently 743 subscribers. And I'm shooting for 1,000, so I want to thank you in advance. So the next thing we're going to talk about is Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean had a ship called the Song of America, which came out in 1982. This was the cutting edge. This was a very large ship. This was considered the top 10 largest ships for that era. It was only 37,800 tons. It holds 1,575 people, and that was considered a big ship back then. Well, ships have advanced quite a bit. You've got ships now that are like 500,000 tons and more, 8,000 people. They're just huge cities on the ocean. Well, unfortunately, this ship, after changing several hands throughout the years, is going to go to a scrapyard. It's getting to a point that it's no longer, seaworthy, no longer, put money into, investing into it. So it's going to go to the scrapyard, and hopefully this metal will be recycled and repurposed into something else that is worthy. So, hats off to Royal Caribbean Song of America. You served us well. Cheers. And that's it with Royal Caribbean. And the last thing we want to talk about is Virgin Voyage. Virgin Voyage has finally got to Colombia. It's basically their first call was on January 24th of 2025. First time they've ever been to Colombia. The Resilient Lady was the ship that hinted there. And along with the Resilient Lady, there was 3 other major ships. There was Cunard Queen Anne, the NCL Pearl, and the NCL Joy was at the port that day that the Virgin Voyage made their first visit to that port. Now, usually when a ship visits the port for the first time, the port officials gives them a plaque saying, this is your first time coming to this port, and it shows what the country is, and a lot of times they have it in a particular area on the ship. And next time you're on the ship, go to that area, view of all the different ports that they visited for the first time. It's really, really cool. It's a lot of fun. So keep that in mind. All right, last thing we're going to talk about today is Port Canaveral. The Port Canaveral had a record-breaking day on January 25th, 2025. 6 cruise ships were at the port at the same time. That is pretty amazing that a cruise port is that big to have 6 ships. So the 6 ships were the Mardi Gras, the Carnival Vista, the Disney Treasure, the NCL Epic, the Voyager of the Sea, and the Celebrity Equinox. Those were the 6 cruise ships that were there on that day and broke a record for the amount of cruise ships. Now, along with the 6 cruise ships, there were 6 cargo vessels, 8 space vessels, a gaming ship, and 4 barges. That must be one big port to accommodate all these vessels all at once. So, hats off to Port Canaveral to accommodate that many ships. And that is it for today. Hopefully you liked the show. Hopefully it was very entertaining and informative. And I want to thank you very much for tuning in and showing up. So, until next time, we'll be seeing you. Bye.